I'm with the Sales and Marketing Department, and tonight we have a very special guest. Tonight we are going to be listening to Dr. George Gonzalez. He is a doctor of chiropractic and the founder of Quantum Neurology. His topic is AMized fusion technology, which is what most of our products are based with. In other words, the main ingredient with a lot of our products has been fused, or energized, I should say, with the AMized fusion technology. He's going to talk about that in just a couple minutes as we get started doing it. And now it is time to introduce our very special guest for tonight's webinar. He is one of the newest consultants to the Omega team. Now, as a doctor of chiropractic, Dr. George Gonzalez is well-versed in the activation and expansion of the nervous system. He developed these concepts to provide a solution for his wife's moderate spinal cord injury, and the collection of these techniques led to her full recovery, and that is what is called quantum neurology. It's an advanced nerve rehabilitation system, and it has provided countless patients immediate improvement in their condition. And Dr. Gonzalez discovered that the monitoring of the nervous system is the most accurate indicator of a person's health. He uses traditional and unique neurological evaluations to provide a before and after validation of products' effect on the nervous system. In fact, what's really fun is that when he created these techniques, he didn't realize that quantum neurology was in his future. And we are so very glad to have him a part of our call tonight. We're excited to have him help us better understand the benefits and the power behind Omega's AMized fusion technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder of Quantum Neurology, Dr. George Gonzalez.
Wow, thank you so much, Craig, for that wonderful introduction. Normally I have to do all that work and explain quantum neurology and everything myself, so I appreciate the introduction, and I could jump right into it. So I'm so excited about working with Omega Global. It's exciting to be on the cutting edge of a technology, on a breakthrough of a new understanding of what's possible with this energetic resonance within AMized fusion technology. So in case those people that may be new to this Omega scene, Omega Global is this company that has a proprietary technology called AMized fusion technology. AMized fusion technology, in my opinion or my understanding of it, is a process in which they put items through where they encase them in a fusion chamber for the period of 21 days, and they energize, or they imprint what's called a zero-point energy resonance onto these items. What we've seen with the items that resonate this AFT resonance is remarkable. So before I get started talking more about the products and the amazing things that I've seen with it, I want to just state just a simple disclaimer that quantum neurology and Omega products they're not used or intended to be used to diagnose, treat, or cure any injury, illness, or condition. The word treatment is used to describe any interaction with a patient, and it does not imply a treatment or a cure. All the results that I'm talking about, they're unique, and your individual experience may vary. When we talk about this technology, I like telling people about the nervous system, because first of all, that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with our body, and I call it the nervous system because that's a more accurate description of who we are. And when we're looking at nervous system rehabilitation, you look at two basic concepts. There's the concept of things that collapse your nervous system are bad for you, and things that expand your nervous system are good for you. So the way we look at the things that we're measuring are the strength of your body. We're measuring the function of the five senses: seeing, hearing, smelling, taste, and touch. And through these tests, we make association to organ functions. So what we've done with quantum neurology is we've mapped out the nervous system. We understand the parameters of normal function, and we're able to distinguish very unique levels of function that each of us have that are unique to each and every one of us. And so through that detailed analysis of the nervous system, we're able to evaluate what stimulus is good for your nervous system and what stimulus is bad or collapses your nervous system. And as Craig introduced, I developed these concepts when my wife had a moderate spinal cord injury. So she was 29 years old at the time, and she had a low back injury, and she was experiencing complete numbness from her groin, her backside, the back of her legs, and the bottom of her feet. She was in excruciating pain. She had difficulty walking, and we were concerned that she wouldn't be able to have children because these are the nerves that affect the uterus as well. And thankfully, through the work that I'm talking about, through quantum neurology, we're able to get a complete recovery for my wife. And we have a beautiful baby girl that was born in January of 2009. These concepts, when I start applying them to other patients, not only did it get my wife well, it started getting all the patients well. And the bottom line is, if we focus on what expands nervous system function, the body heals itself. So if you strengthen the nervous system, the body heals itself. It's a key concept amongst healing advocates out there. And one thing that it's funny, because I speak to doctors around the world and I tell them about my nervous system concepts, and they all kind of lean back and say, of course, the nervous system controls absolutely everything. But unfortunately, even though that might be common knowledge amongst the doctors that are practicing advanced work in advanced recovery, it's not a common thing that's understood with people, the public. So these are the kind of concepts that I really am working towards getting out there, and I've spoken with Mr. Arun Keemer about getting these concepts out there, because I feel that this is what truly explains this technology and why the body reacts to this AFT technology the way it does. So let me get back online here with, I describe AFT as a brush, an energetic brush. Now, we are all familiar with self-care tools that we have. We have a hairbrush, for example, and a toothbrush, and if you're wise and you know about taking care of your skin, you could have a skin brush. That's something that you should be doing every day. The other kind of brush that we're recommending is the AFT energetic brush used in the AM wand, the AM wand. Now, what I feel this technology is doing, and this is my opinion, we have science that has shown that light is emitted from every cell of the body. And there are images of these cells done with GDV, gas discharge visualization, that shows the biophoton activity of a cell. After the cell is exposed to AFT, we see an exponential increase, or in my opinion it's an exponential increase, of that biophoton activity surrounding that cell. In my opinion, I feel that this biophoton activity is responsible for a large portion of the communication of the nervous system. I feel that when we look at this biophoton activity, when it is considered in its totality of the trillions and trillions of cells of the body, I feel that light that is generated, I call that the light body. And I feel that the light body is the holographic projection of who we are, and that is carrying all the non-physical information of our nervous system. So that would include our mind, our thoughts, our emotions, our capacity for connecting with others occurs through this energetic light field. Now, I feel that when it's our body's ability to generate this field that is responsible for our healing. And what we've seen through this type of photography is when the nervous system is exposed to this energy field, the gas discharge visualization shows an increase in the energetic fields of the body. I personally feel that the energetic field is if not completely made from this light field that's energized outward from the cells, at least partially it's made from that. So when we see the AFT technology, it's mostly expressed again in this pen-shaped object that most people refer to as a wand. And this is used in often in a clockwise circular fashion over the body, and people have found that when their body is in the proximity of this energy field that they experience relief. And oftentimes, and what I've seen clinically, neurologically speaking, I've seen weak muscles strengthen. I've seen pain signals reset. So the nervous system has the ability to set its pain signal, and I feel that when the nervous system is exposed to this technology, the nervous system resets itself. I've seen sensory function restored. I have also seen people experience more energy and more calm energy. So the ability to have more energy yet calm. It's not this amped up caffeine type energy. I've personally experienced wonderful healing through my body's ability to do more things, more flexibility, more strength, more energy to exercise, more energy to connect with others, more energy to work hard on the things that I do. And when you look at the consistency of my energy levels are going up after using this technology, it's very exciting. And I'll tell you, the way I was exposed to it was I went to a demonstration, and I saw Mr. Sam Adams using this wand in a clockwise fashion over a person who is visibly in pain, and I saw this person's pain lift away. And you know, for me it wasn't a surprise, because we have been getting these level results with people for a very long time with quantum neurology. But what was different was how it was being achieved. So we use light therapy in quantum neurology, and this is an instrument that does not have a visible field of energy being emanated from it. And you know, I didn't have a problem with that. I just understood that there must be some sort of energy that's emanating or resonating out of this. And what my feeling is that is happening is that the nervous system communicates more efficiently when it's in the presence of this resonance. And the way I like describing that, it's not changing who you are. It's not changing anything about you. It's simply providing a new media for your sensory information or your nervous system information to communicate. So when we look at the communication you and I have right now, you know, we're communicating through what we would all call air. And we're all familiar with what our nervous system picks up in stimulus through that air, the vibrations, the sounds, and the temperature and all those kind of things. If we were to jump into water, we're changing the media of which our nervous system is communicating. Now it's very different. Our movements are thicker and resisted against the water. The temperature is very different. The sounds and the vibrations are received very differently from the body. Another example would be that of helium. You know, we intake helium from a balloon, and we are not altering who we are, but simply the shift in the medium of how our voice is being generated is altering what we're perceiving as sound. So when I talk about when we expose the body to this energy field, that's what I'm talking about, is that kind of an idea. I'm talking about how when our body is around this energy resonance, there seems to be a shift in the nervous system's ability to communicate more efficiently. And again, we see this through the neurological testing of strength and sensory function. The ability to see people improve in reaction time is very interesting as well when using this technology. Now, I've personally used this technology on a little girl who was paralyzed in her left arm, and she also had what is called Bell's palsy, which is a paralysis of half of the face. And using this technology alone, being able to stimulate restoration in these areas in a very short period of time. You know, I believe I saw her 2 sessions, about 15 to 30 minutes each session, and she continued on with her doctor, and I got a message from her doctor a couple months ago saying that she's 90% restored from one side to the other, which is absolutely exciting. And again, this technology is able to be infused into different products, and that's what's really amazing. So we're able to see how this technology not only benefits ourselves through using the wand technology, it's also benefiting people in the nutrition that's made from Omega. Well, you know, when I first found this technology, I started introducing it to doctors that I've trained because, you know, I'm very skilled at what I do, and I'm very good at what I do. I help people all the time recover from pretty severe neurological problems. And so I wanted to make sure this wasn't about me. I wanted to make sure that this is the technology and not my influence on the products. So I started sending this technology to doctors that I've trained, doctors that are very skilled and very adept at what they do. One of the doctors, Dr. David Pascal, he works with elite athletes from around the world. Many of his patients are world record holders and have placed in medal performances in all the highest ranking events around the world. And he used this technology on his athletes after they were injured and considered not able to race any longer. And he started using this AFT technology to resonate over the injuries, and these people were able to get back up and go out and not only compete again but win in their races. That's really exciting when you see results like that. I've worked with Dr. Edward Chauvin, who specializes in the recovery of spinal cord injury patients. You know, he's working with quite a few patients that have been able to get out of their wheelchairs or with assistance walk without their wheelchairs. And he started using this technology, and immediately he used it on somebody who had a tremor and noticed that when he used this energy field over the tremor would subside and completely diminish, and that would last that way for a few days. And so when you start seeing these things happen, we started measuring what effect this truly has on the nervous system, and it's been absolutely exciting. I'm so excited about this technology and what the future holds. As I was mentioning, the technology is infused in different products. It's infused in a nutrient product called Amgenix. The Amgenix product is made from superfruits. When I personally take this product, I feel energized. I have energy to go all day long. It's an easy way to replace an energy drink habit or a soda habit or a caffeine habit. I highly recommend it. I've had patients that were literally having to be in bed rest 20 hours a day from illness, and simply from using that product have gotten their life back and their energy back. Other product that is incredible is a product called Brine. Brine is a mineral solution energized with AMized fusion technology. I feel that this solution is important for keeping your body balanced and able to maintain its chemical activity. So it's one of those things that's really exciting. The new product that's coming out this week is the AGA Skincare. When I first was introduced to this product, it was used on my face. They did a facial on me. I easily looked 10 years younger, and all the people that experienced it with me on that trip were, you know, as they were going in, we were watching the youth return out from their sessions. It was absolutely incredible. So what we're seeing is we're seeing people that are using the skincare that have been experiencing pain or symptoms or even neurological weaknesses. We had Dr. Jin perform some quantum neurology neurological testing on some patients, and then simply by applying the skincare, the energy from the skincare strengthen those neurological weaknesses. And when you're talking from my filter, from my viewpoint, that's really exciting. That doesn't happen normally. Normally when people have neurological weaknesses, they stay weak. So the concept of being able to use a technology and products that, in my opinion, strengthen the nervous system is absolutely exciting. So I'd love to answer any questions that people have. I know it's just a short amount of time, and I could literally talk about this for hours. So are there any questions out there, Craig?
Well, so far none that I see. If you do have a question, ladies and gentlemen, if you look in your screen, there should be an area there that says questions. Go ahead and type in your question, and I will go ahead and pass that along to Dr. George Gonzalez, our special guest tonight. He is a doctor of chiropractic, founder of Quantum Neurology, And of course our topic tonight is the AMized fusion technology. Let's see. Dr. George, we have a question here from Rich, and he's asking, how would you approach another healthcare professional with this kind of technology?
You know, I always say that I've approached a lot of healthcare professionals, and not all of them are interested. Just like anyone else, anybody you approach is either going to be interested or not. They're not going to be interested. One thing I would recommend is to be professional and respectful of their time, and just share your experiences with them. And I feel that an honest connection and a heartfelt communication is the best way to go.
Okay, and from Mary Lou, can you talk a little bit more about the brine, such as like how much maybe should they take? What is the typical dosage for the brine?
Well, I have a bottle right here on my desk. Let me see if my eyes could adjust to the size of the font here. If I remember correctly, the recommendation is 10 drops per day. Don't quote me on that, but I personally take it by the dropper full. I feel that this is a medicinal product to be thought of as something that's feeding your body. It's nurturing your body with minerals. Some people are fearful of the salt content. There is a difference between good salt and bad salt. In my opinion, table salt, the type of salt that you get at restaurants, the common salt that we're all familiar with, I personally don't eat that salt. I feel that does not contribute to your nervous system's health and development because it's a chemicalized product. I like personally natural products, natural salts. So one of my philosophies is all based on food, and you want to bring real foods into your body and into your lifestyle. And the more you could do that, healthier you will be. And that's why I'm so excited about products like brine. It's actually energizing food product. AMgenics is energizing a food product that we internalize, and it helps our body maximize the effectiveness of what it could do. In my opinion, that's what's happening with the AFT, and that's why we have such a special opportunity with Mega here.
Okay, Jay poses this question: is it necessary to take off the necklace when using the wand?
Well, that depends on what your goals are for. If it's for a therapeutic purpose for somebody, I would say no. If you're doing a demonstration, the demonstration that's been taught by Omega Global has been focused on removing any of your energized products while doing demonstrations. So for that reason, I would say remove your pendants. But if it's for working on yourself or on other people, I would say no, leave it on. Okay.
Leslie is asking about her brother has some kind of interest in the pendant and wants to know maybe the science behind it. Can you maybe expand a little bit on the science with the pendant?
Well, I'll do what I can. You have to remember my specialty is in nervous system rehabilitation, not in the specifics of Omega technology.
Mm-hmm.
But what I could tell you is the way I perceive the products through the experience I have, through my testing of the usage of the product. If I can measure that, I would say that the pendant energetic strength would be about 2/3 of the wand strength, if I could quantify that somehow, and I can't other than my personal feeling for it. But Sam Adams refers to the pendant as a trickle charge for your body, and I feel that's a really good way to describe it. When we're talking about the non-physical aspects of our body, it's hard to grasp how it truly is working, because we're going off of the effects of what we see through the energetic field. We can't, or at least through what I'm doing, I can't visualize it direct. Through what Dr. Constantine is doing with his GDV technology, he's actually visualizing it, which is truly exciting.
Okay. Pam is asking, are we ahead of the general population in feeling secure that we can take care of ourselves?
Well, I would say that's an excellent question. I would say that we have an edge up on everyone else. These are tools. They are not panaceas. Panaceas meaning cure-alls. People, in my opinion, what we're seeing this technology do is we're seeing it amplify the nervous systems of those people who are using this technology. So what I personally see is I see the people using this technology have stronger nervous systems, yet at the same time they're still struggling with certain nervous system breakdowns. And that's where you need to look towards more advanced care. Quantum neurology is an excellent resource for everybody to reach towards, to find a doctor trained in these concepts of how to strengthen your nervous system. It'll maximize the usage of the AFT technology and the Omega products, but ultimately the goal is to strengthen your nervous system so that your body can heal itself.
I'm going to continue on that because we've had several questions being asked about different ailments, and I know that we can't say that the products treat, cure, diagnose, mitigate, or prevent any kind of ailment. But can you give us maybe just an overall view of how this AFT technology can assist people, and if they need to go further in whatever it is that they have, what should they do?
Well, I feel it all comes down to this light-body communication, this holographic communication of the nervous system. When we look at, how do we affect change in that non-physical part of our nervous system? And I feel that this stimulus is affecting the ability for the nervous system to generate that energy field, of that light field of communication. And so when we see that concept, it's I like looking at those blood cells that were exposed to before and after exposure to AFT. When you see how much more the equivalent of surface area that cell has after it's been exposed to AFT, if we were to make the association with wood, if I took a log and I took that a same size log and I pulverize it down to sawdust, if I try to light the log on fire, it might catch, it might take a long time, but as soon as I light up that sawdust, poof, it's going to go. Okay, it's because it has more surface area to receive that energy from. Now, when I visualize those cells, I think that way about the light emanating from these cells, the communication available after these from these cells. And when we see that, I feel that by what I feel is an exponential increase in the relative surface area of communication on that cell, multiply that by the trillions and trillions of cells of your body, where, I feel we're increasing the nervous system's ability to communicate through that pathway.
Okay, and then if somebody, obviously, whenever somebody starts something like this, they need to speak with their healthcare practitioner, I'm assuming, just to make sure that whatever they're doing doesn't interfere with their current regimen, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's designed as a tool to be supportive, not to replace anything that you're currently doing or that may be working for you currently.
I think that's about it. Do you have any as we're going to get ready to wrap up our call, because we do have another conference call later this evening that we want everybody to get to. In a nutshell, Dr. Gonzalez, how would you wrap up our call tonight?
Well, I feel ultimately the concepts we're talking about, the understanding of the technology, of what it's doing to the nervous system, it's key to understand the nervous system. You have to have an understanding of what our nervous system is and how it works. And because of that, I've spoken to Mr. Arun about it, and he suggested I write a book on the topic. So I did, and that book is called Holographic Healing. We're going to have that coming out here shortly. It is available on pre-purchase on our website. The website is quantumneurology.com. We also have some other self-care titles using the Omega Wand and other Omega products, demonstrating how to use them in a focused manner. One of the titles is on stimulating lymphatic drainage with zero-point energy resonance, or with AFT. The other two titles have to do with the stimulation of metabolism and weight loss strategy with zero-point energy, again featuring the Omega products. So these titles are there. We have new titles on the way to help educate people on how to focus their strategy on using this technology. So in a nutshell, I really appreciated the time with everybody, and I love being a part of Omega. Again, I feel this is truly going to revolutionize the way people recognize how their body heals. So thank you so much.
And thank you, Dr. George Gonzalez, for joining us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. George Gonzalez, and our topic this evening, AMized Fusion Technology. Dr. Gonzalez is a doctor of chiropractic and the founder of Quantum Neurology. And Doctor, thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to join us this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you.